Yes, as usual, I want the young soldiers of Imam Hussain to come forward. There are young soldiers here with me, near me. You know, I want my battery to get charged. When I see these young soldiers of Imam Hussain coming closer and closer to me, I really feel that the next Karbala will not be an easy battle for the Takfiris, inshallah. Yes, all the young, who are young and who are the soldiers of Imam Hussain, come forward to me. Please recite the salawat from Muhammad wa May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless our soul with the nur of Hazrat Zahra salamullah alayha. Please recite another salawat from Muhammad And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless our eyes with the ziyarat of Imam al-Zaman. Please recite another salawat from La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-ali al-azim. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب إله العالمين نبينا وشفيعنا وطبيب قلوبنا أبي القاسم محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أعداء الدين أما بعد فقد قال الله تعالى في كلامه المجيد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا ولا تفرقوا صلوات محمد Actually, I was going to speak on a different topic. But mashallah, today's speeches, some of them, they were really very good. Especially the last speech. I appreciate the brother for bringing in the topic of unity. So, before we move to the main topic, and I would like to connect it with unity. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala invites the people وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. I would say in my words that cling to the cord, to the link of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا, and don't get into small grouplets, into firqas, into disunity. For the creation of unity, we need something to whom we can relate. There should be a reason for unity. You can't unite without a reason. And the world so-called powers have found out and trying to make reasons to unite. I am in no mood of going towards a political speech today, but I would like to divert our attentions towards what happened on 9/11. Whether it was a real or a calculated step, that's a different thing. But the United States found it and turned it into a mean to create a unity among the Americans. And not only Americans, they brought in Europeans and other people with the cause that we need to eliminate Al-Qaeda. I was listening to a documentary on RT, Russian television, and they were saying, I just watched it for about 3-4 minutes, and they said if Al-Qaeda would not have been there, Americans themselves would have invented it. Please recite the salawat for Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So, are required to create unity. And we, in ourselves as a human being, we are sitting here, are we static or are we moving? It's a question. Nobody's moving, we are static. Are we moving or are we static?
These people are moving static.
We are static and we are moving. We are static in relationship to the surrounding. This wall, this room, we are static, we are just sitting down on our place. But if we see the earth is moving, so we are moving with the earth, rotation around its axis. And the axis of earth itself is moving, we are moving with that. And then earth is moving around the sun. So these at least 3 movements, at least. So we have to compare ourselves. Similarly, for the sake of unity, we need something to which we can relate. And we'll go through the summary of the previous lectures. What we said about Tawheed of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Getting linked to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala creates unity in us. And it's not just one-dimensional unity. It's a multi-dimensional and multi-directional unity which is created by submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. First of all, it brings unity within us, in our thoughts, in our mind, in our soul, in our direction. Everything becomes one when we start believing in one and the only one creator of the universe, that's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our body is somewhere else. Our soul is somewhere else. Our thoughts somewhere else. We are thinking of another thing. You know, I need to bring people together. I'll see his mood. What does he like? I'll talk to him according to his wishes. Another one, he has a different mood. He has got different priorities. I tell him, well, I'm of your mood. And I'll transform myself and go to him according to his mood. Third one, fourth one, fifth one, how many can I collect? This is a weak form of unity which is created. And we read in the book of Shaheed Mutahari, Allah bless him, in his book of polarization around the personality of Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam. He says there are certain people who can't befriend anyone. They've got just repulsion in them. No attraction. Just repulsion. They repel everyone. Anyone they try to find out their negative points in them and they repel them. Once you find out negative points and point out other people's negative points for the sake of Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahy anil Munkar, so that that person should cure himself. Take out those negativity from themselves. This is something like preaching an Amr bil Ma'ruf, which Islam orders us to do. And once you just point out the negative things, there is a saying of an Imam. And my brother-in-law used to say, Allah bless him, he has passed away. Imam says, don't be like a fly. You know what does a fly do? If you're hurt, if you're hurt and you're bleeding, fly will come down. We don't find too many flies here, and those we find here, they are just genetically modified flies. I'm talking about the original flies. You know, you find in India, Pakistan, other countries. You are wounded. You have got a wound on your hand. The fly will leave the whole of your body full of perfume, full of good smell. No, they will come down and sit down and then on that wound. Masoom says, don't be like a fly. Be like Ibn Maryam, son of Hazrat Maryam salamullah alayha. How? Hazrat Isa was passing with his friends through a graveyard. They found a dead mule there. And all of his friends, they put the cloth on their nose, covered them because of it was stinking. And Hazrat Ali says, look, how beautiful teeth Allah has given this mule. And then on that dead, stinking mule, he found out something positive. This is what we need to do among our brothers and sisters and other people. This is what we need to do. Each one of us, brothers and sisters, have got their deficiencies. Each one of us. And it will be our deficiency. If we just see a deficiency in a brother or sister, and we don't see the positive things in them, we should train ourselves in a manner that we find good points in them. And for that we would need a regular training to do that, to change ourselves, to change our behavior, to change our habit, to change our attitude. We'll have to train ourselves. But there is a shortcut. You know, we can't train. We, human beings, resist change. We don't like change. I'm sitting here, I would like to sit, I don't like to move. You know, we are home, I don't want to go to the work. But to improve, to develop, and to move forward, you have to change. You can't develop without bringing a change in your environment. If you want to move forward, we need to change. But we don't like to change, naturally. What's the shortcut to bring a change in ourselves? It's submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You will say, Moulana is bringing in submission to Allah in every point. Yes, there's no other way. And it's a shortcut. How? If I believe in Allah, if I trust Allah, if I submit to Allah, that my likings, my dislikings, my behavior, my attitude, my movement, my friendship, my enmity, my life, and my death, all are controlled and governed by the likings and dislikings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If I do that, if I submit to that level, I've asked everyone to submit. If people, those who have submitted, they are blessed. These are the blessed nights. If somebody submits, the blessings of Imam Hussain will be with them. When we submit to Allah, what does Allah do with us? How does Allah behave with us? Just watch. You know, Allah is my owner. Not like an owner as I've got a car. I'm an owner of a car. I paid money for it. I'm owner of a house. I paid money for it, or I'm paying mortgage for it. I'm owner of this jacket because I paid money for it. It's not that ownership. Allah is my owner because Allah created me. Allah gave me the greatest blessing of the universe. What is that? What is the greatest blessing of Allah that Allah has given us? Aql, wisdom, anything else? Life. Life is the greatest blessing that Allah has given me. Everything is attached to life. Allah gave me life. And there's nothing living, the whole life of the universe, anything living belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَإِذَا سَوَّيْتُهُ وَنَفَخْتُ فِيهِ مِنْ رُوحِي. When I bless the Adam's body with my soul, فَقَعُوا لَهُ السَّاجِدِينَ. All the angels should prostrate, do sajda to Adam. This is the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is our owner, He is our creator. He's watching us all the time. I'm sleeping, I'm awake. I'm doing a positive thing, I'm doing a negative thing. He's watching me. I was in Los Angeles in California, and after my lecture there in the holy month of Ramadan, a brother came to me, an old guy. He came to me, Moulana, I want to talk to you. I said, was okay, we can talk. We sat down there, there's nobody, him and me. He said, Moulana, I want to open my heart to you. I have nobody to talk to. And I want to open my heart to you. Why did it happen to me? I came here, I was the only guy in my family who came down to United States. I, in that hard times, helped my brother to come down. I helped my other brother to come down. I helped my nephews to come down. Their children, I brought them, their families. I helped every one of them to come down and settle them very well. I sacrificed my earnings for their sake. I sacrificed my life for their sake. I sacrificed my youth for their betterment and improvement. And they came down here. And now I've turned old. I'm sick. I can't walk. I need a walking stick to walk. I am nobody. My family is shattered. My family is not with me. Just because I helped my brothers and their children. They left me. I am alone. Nobody is helping me. Mera kusur kya hai? What wrong I've done that I am facing this? I just smiled at him. I said, maybe you have done something bad to someone. He said, Moulana, I've never done bad to anyone. I said, are you sure? He said, yes. But I said, I know someone, like what you are saying about your brothers, somebody did good to you. And he was waiting for you to say thank you to him. You never said thank you. No, Moulana, never happened in my life. I said, I'm dead sure it happened. I got information. This did happen. Somebody did good to you. All the good that you have done, plus the good you received in your life, was done to you by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Did you ever say thank you to Allah? Did you ever say thank you Allah? You have done this to me. My life belongs to you now. And you are expecting your brothers and your nephews to come down and say thank you and help you in your old age. If you would have spent your old age for the sake of Allah, rest assured Allah would never, never, never have left you alone as you are alone today.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Narae Takbir. Narae Risala. Narae Haidari. MashaAllah.
Yazid, Fir'aun, Namrud, the worst of among the human race. Allah blesses everyone. He is Rahman. His blessings. He gives us food. Imam Jafar al-Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam says, commit any sin you can commit. Imam Jafar al-Sadiq. Commit any sin you can commit. Do commit any sin. I am responsible for your Jannah. What does he say? Commit any sin, do anything what you want to do. And I am responsible for you to be in Jannah, but don't do 3 things. Just 3 things refrain from, and definitely you will go to Jannah. Number 1, he says, don't eat from the food which Allah has created. Don't eat the fruit which Allah has created. Number 2, don't stand on the earth which Allah has created. And number 3, don't breathe from the air which Allah has created. You eat from the food and try to eat the best one. Oh, this food, it's not good. This food, oh, the packet was open. This food, oh, it doesn't taste good. Although it tastes good, I'm not in the mood of eating this taste. I want to eat another thing. What about your duties towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? You're stealing the food from Allah because Allah has created this food only and only for those who believe and act according to the orders of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you're not acting according to the orders of Allah and you're not believing in Allah, you don't deserve to get the food which Allah has created. Salawat bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And then the earth which Allah has created. Allah created earth for mankind. What did mankind do? Draw lines. This is America. This is Europe. This is Asia. This is Africa. This is Australia. Oh, this is European country. European Union. This is United Kingdom. This is Dubai. This is Saudi Arabia. All these lines not drawn by Allah. These we have drawn. Allah created earth for mankind. We are standing on earth and breaking the laws of Allah. We are eating the food which Allah has created, and then we are challenging Allah. Oh Allah, I think I don't need to pray. This is challenging Allah. Allah said pray 5 times a day. That's the only way you can say thank you. In 24 hours, how long does it take for 1 rakat prayer?
1 minute.
1 minute. And wuzu is 2 minutes. For example, say it's easy for us, the followers of Ahlul Bayt, 3 minutes wuzu, we do it 3 times. If we are not reading the tahajjud prayers. 3 times, 2 minutes, 6 minutes, and then rest of the prayers, I don't think it takes more than half an hour in the whole day. Allah says, 23.5 hours you use as you want to use them. And half an hour, just say thank you to me. You know, oh Allah, I don't have time for you. Allah, I don't have time for you. And then when I come to all this, Allah is not in a hurry. I'm young, I'm not listening to Allah. No, don't worry. When I become young, adolescent, जवानी में आ गए, मैं किस्सा सुना रहा हूँ आपको. वो पंजाबी में कहते हैं ना, कुक्कड़ जो जवान होता है ना, ये बनेरे ते लता and चुप चुप के रखता है. When the rooster comes to the adolescent time, he picks up his leg and he puts his step down. Then other one and then. Why? He thinks with my weight, this rooftop will fall down. He sees so much energy in himself. So he's not listening to Allah then. He said, Allah, see you later. Yeah? Then Allah says, don't worry. Gets married, he's not listening. His wife said, for Allah's sake, he said, I don't know Allah. You should do this, you should do this. You are just not wife, you are my kaneez also. As usually people used to do. Now, the kaneez, they have become the ones who are owning the slaves sometimes. Depends on the mentality. I don't want to get into that topic. But when we are young, we don't listen to Allah. Old age, don't listen to Allah, don't worry. Oh, I am a bright-minded person. Oh, I am happy in my old age. I keep myself happy like this. I'm telling their stories. Don't worry at all. Allah is not worried. Allah doesn't worry. A time comes when there's a knock at the door. And we see and we are surprised. Angel of death is standing in front of us 1-to-1. We have got hundreds of thousands of friends and relatives around us. Even then we are lonely, 1-to-1 with him. We are seeing him, nobody else is seeing him. What we'll say, nobody will believe us. Nobody will trust us. The only thing that can happen, they will get scared and leave the room. We have got doctor, we have got 999, ring them, they come in 3 minutes, ambulance will be here. Nobody can do anything. Now we are 1-to-1 with Allah. The worst thing that he does, closes the door of Tawbah. The first thing that he does, the door of Tawbah is closed. No Tawbah now. Tawbah, yes, now we have got a chance today. Till we are living and we are not sure about our death, we have got a chance of Tawbah. Brothers and sisters, whatever you have done, don't worry. Just say, Astaghfirullah Rabbi min kulli zambin wa atubu ilayh. Everything is vanished. Don't care about your friends, family, dear ones or enemies. Don't worry. Allah says everything is washed. Your nama amal clean. You don't need to go to Hajj. You don't need to go to Karbala. You don't need to go to Imam Ali. Just sit down here. Ilahi. Bihaqqi Muhammad wa antal mahmood. Say with me. Bihaqqi Muhammad wa antal mahmood. Bihaqqi Ali wa antal a'la. Bihaqqi Fatimat al-Zahra wa anta fatir al-samawati wal-ard. Bihaqqi al-Hasan wa antal Muhsin. Bihaqqi Hussain mazloom wa anta qadim al-ihsan. Who said these first time? Who among the human beings said these first time? Hazrat Adam said it. And his tawbah was accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If my great-great-great-grandfather Adam's tawbah can be accepted, why not my tawbah? If I truly believe in Muhammad, if I truly believe in Ali alayhi salam, if I truly believe in Hassan alayhi salam, if I truly believe in Hazrat Zahra salamullah alayha, if I truly believe in Hussain alayhi salatu wa salam, please recite the salawat for Muhammad. Do I truly believe in them? That's a question mark, and we need to ask ourselves. I don't need to ask you, and you don't need to ask me. It's between me and them. I say Muhammad, I say Ali, I say Hassan, Hussain, everything. But do I truly believe in them? If I would have been truly believing in them, my iman would have been like that of Ammar Yasir. My iman would have been like that of Hur. My iman would have been like Habib ibn Muzahir. My iman would have been like Wahb bin Abdullah Kalbi. We do believe, but only my tongue believes in them. We believe in Imam Hussain. Imam Hussain collected only 72 people. Why only 72 people? Rest of them were kuffar? No! The level of the criteria of Imam Hussain is such high that only 72 people among those thousands of Muslims were able to come onto that level. Imam Hussein's criteria is a high criteria. Not a person like me who don't know how to do wuzu properly, and if he knows, he's not attentive toward doing wuzu when he's doing wuzu. When the time of prayer comes, oh, I am Moulana, Allah will forgive me. No. Imam Hussain followers, they said 313 required by Imam al-Zamana. Someone asked a question to a Moulana sometimes back. He said, among all these people who are fighting, leave us, good people fighting in Iran, in Lebanon, in Syria, and everywhere, who are sacrificing their lives for the cause of Imam Hussain. Don't we have 313? You know that Alim said, how many Imam Khomeini we have got? The level is high. The criteria is high. No doubt Allah has blessed us with the marifat of Muhammad wa ali Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. But this marifat is not for the sake of knowing, just for the sake of nara. And nara also that we do with due respect to our brothers. I'm not criticizing anyone, but I want to point out one thing. My name, what is my name?
Musharaf al-Hussaini.
What did you say? Moulana Musharaf Hussaini. My name is not Moulana Musharaf Hussaini. My name is Musharaf Hussaini. But how did you say? Moulana Musharaf Hussaini. And what if you say? Oh, Musharfe! I'm just asking you a question. It will bring tears into your eyes. Would you like it? Somebody calls me like that. Will any one of you like it? How we call Imam Ali? What is that? What is this? My brothers and sisters, answer me. Is it a respect? Ulama, don't take the name of Imam without wuzu. We can't enter Najaf Ziyarat without Izn Dukhul. And thank Imam Hussain that every Tom, Dick and Harry can enter the ziyarat of Imam Hussain. Otherwise, in the presence of Abbas Alamdar, anybody wrong person entering Imam's ziyarat, he would throw him out. Then people complain to Imam Hussain, Ya Hussain, we come to your ziyarat and Abbas Alamdar breaks our legs and arms, don't let us in. And then Imam Hussain asked Abbas not to do so. Everyone is entering the ziyarat of Imam Hussain. Nobody could dare to enter the ziyarat of Imam Hussain. Taking the name without respect, I can't bear that. Hazrat Amir al-Mu'minin, you ask ulama, when they are speaking senior speeches, not those ulama like myself, we are no ulama. Ask those maraje. Innama yakhshuna Allah min ibadihi al-ulama. Quran is saying, amongst those who are frightened of Allah, who care for Allah, are only ulama. Hazrat Amir al-Mu'minin, the best supportive hadith of the Prophet for Imam Ali, Ana Madinatul Ilmi wa Aliyun Babuha. I am the city of knowledge. And Ali is the door to that city of knowledge. So the knowledge comes out or you go into the city, you have to pass through the door. So how much respect do they expect from us? And how much respect we should present to them? Ulama says, Hazrat Amir al-Mu'minin said, they don't never take name. They say Hazrat Zahra said that. They don't take the name of Fatima alayhi salam. They say Imam Mujtaba said this. They don't say Imam Hassan said this. They say Shaheed Karbala did this and he said this. They don't say Hussain said this. We need to bring this respect back. Calling them with respect, with their names. Don't think that if I am emotional so I can do whatever I feel like. Karbala teaches me, even in emotions, I have to take their honor, their respect, keep them in my mind. But all these personalities are a blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for me. They're a great blessing. And those blessings, I shouldn't keep them for my tongue. Now time has passed. Previously, yes, you do the ziyarat of Imam Hussain, it is equivalent to doing Hajj so many times. Why? Because people wanted to suppress the message of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam. And it was necessary to pass on the message. That was that time. Now, we need to move further forward. We need to see why Imam Hussain came to Karbala. I need to see what I can do for the last Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam. I can't, for example's sake, I don't mean it, but I can't stop smoking for the sake of Imam Zamana. How can I be able to give my life for the sake of Imam Zamana? I can't calculate. I'm not saying paying homes. I am saying calculating homes. Calculating homes, it's wajib. Even if you don't have to pay, you have to calculate. Calculate. If you don't have to pay, don't pay. No problem. But we buy anything in the shop, we automatically pay 20% VAT on it. We pay tax on it. What about Imam Zamana's tax? Oh, I'll see you later on. Yeah? I'll see where I have to pay. I'll make a masjid, and masjid, my elder brother, he will be the president. Myself will be the general secretary. My younger brother will be the khazanchi, and he'll be this and that. I'm making my own domain. This is not Imam Zamana's fund then. Imam Zamana's fund is where you've got the authority to spend the money from Imam Zamana. Imam Zamana hasn't given everyone the authority to spend the money of deen. Rest assured. If anybody wants to speak, I don't want to speak it from Mimbar, I can speak to him personally. I'm 100% sure about it. This is Imam's money. And Imam doesn't authorize everyone to interfere. It's because Imam is not here, so everyone can make a masjid, a school or hospital. When Imam comes, nobody would dare to make a masjid. Imam will tell where the masjid should be and who should be the Imam of that mosque. The ruler of the city will be the Imam of the Imam Jummah of that city, and he will be nominated by Imam Ali. Nobody can say, oh no, Maulana, we have got a big brother here, so make me, I will bring in more. No, if Allah would have accepted that, He would have accepted that at the time of the first Khalif. That there was too much biradri with him. Imam Ali was alone. But Allah said, no, Ali is your Imam. The whole universe accept or don't accept. I don't care. Whosoever accept, door of Jannah will be open for them. They will get the benefit. And if they don't accept, the other door will be open. I don't want to tell you what door is that. So, to create unity, belief in Allah automatically creates unity in myself. My thought, my vision, I am clear then. You know, I like him or not. I will not see what benefits I can get from him. Oh, he has got a good shop. And if I go to his shop, maybe he gives me something. वो कहते हैं ना कि अगर लालची लोग मर जाते तो फ्रॉडिये और नौसरबाज भूखे मर जाते. अगर दुनिया में लालची लोग ना होते, if the greedy persons would have not have been there in the world, you know, the cheaters would have died of hunger. What hell we are doing? We belong to Allah. Allah has invited us to get linked to Him. We get linked to Him, we create unity in our mind. I don't want to know, oh, what benefit I can get from Him. Oh, He'll support me. Oh, He'll be my supporter, or He'll be my wazir, or He'll be helping me. I can get something out of Him. No. Allah likes him. Yes, he's my brother. I don't like him even. Don't worry about it. Who knows? I don't like Mr. X. I hate him because I don't like his face. I don't like the way he walks or the way he talks. I don't like his family background. Who knows how much Hazrat Zahra loves him? Who knows how much Imam Zamana loves him? If I like him for the sake that I like him, I'm liking him for myself. If I'm liking him for the sake of Imam Zamana and Hazrat Zahra, then the blessings of Allah will come, and Allah's blessings come through Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad alayhi salatu wa salam. And I thank my young soldiers, they always fill the glass. I see her, it's filled, I don't know when they fill it. They're like angels, they go and they fill it and come back. See how beautiful are my young soldiers of Imam Hussain. Please recite a loud salawat for the young soldiers of Imam Hussain. And their number is increasing every day. And inshallah next year, वो जो गोदों में है वो रोडों पे होंगे और मजीद कुछ जो है ना वो गोदों में होंगे. I was in New York and I had a lecture only for married and to be married. Nobody else was allowed in that. And that was supposed to be 1.5 hours, 1 hour lecture and half-hour question and answer. It lasted nearly 7 hours. And they asked me a question, Moulana, how many children a moment should have? I said, well, if you have got implemented the Islamic system of wilayah of Hazrat Amir al-Mu'mineen on yourself, on your wife and at your home, then don't worry about the number of children. Allah will bless you with bringing them up. And if you don't have that system, then one is enough to tell everyone that we don't have a deficiency, we can have kids. He said, Moulana, what about bringing up the kids? We don't have time for them. I said, well, time, how much time you need for one kid? He said, about half an hour. I said, how much time you need for 5 kids? He said, Moulana, at least 2.5 hours. I said, no, you are weak in maths. You know, bringing up children, the brought up tarbiyah of a child doesn't start with the tarbiyah of the child. It starts with the selection of your partner. And if after marriage you didn't go on honeymoon, you go on honeymoon, and after 6 months, 7 months when you come back, there's no honey, no moon in your life. Yeah, because you were on honeymoon, so honeymoon is gone. Because any girl that gets married, 6 months to 1.5 years, she learns from you. After that, her door of learning is closed. She knows everything then. Now then she becomes your teacher. Those 6 months to 1 year time, or 1.5 years time, if you are able to bring her onto your frequencies and match your frequencies with her, how to bring up the children, how to make up, what is your idea? Don't act like a friend to him, act like a teacher. And for being a teacher, you need to be on a higher mental level. of understanding, teaching, patience, and the knowledge of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam. If you are like that, you create that relationship, then when the kid is born, whether mom is bringing her up or the dad, it makes no difference. Half of your burden is shared by your partner. Then one kid, 2.5 years old, another kid comes, and this one becomes 5-year-old, another one comes. Now tarbiyat, the brought up, your wife is there, you are there, and the first guide is very important. It's like the engine of the train. You put the engine on train and you tie back 10, 20, 30, as much as you can, compartments to it, and they will go on the same track. The importance is the selection of track, do's and don'ts, when to switch on the signal and when to switch off the signal, where they have to go, where they don't have to. For this, we need to be in line and submitting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the teachings of Muhammad alayhi salatu wa salam. The teachings of Ahlul Bayt are very, very fertile about the family affairs. Ulama don't have time. Because on wala, viladat and shahadat we come, we say, Moulana, this is a viladat, you have to recite about that Imam. Shahadat, you have to speak about that. Muharram, you have to speak about that. We don't have time to, we have, the crowd we are having, we have got an 8 years old, we have got a 14 years old. We have got male, female. And so we divide it, a common factor, we pass it on to you. We should have special lectures for those who want to get married. And I personally, I've started, counseling, pre-marriage counseling. Before marriage, you need counseling. You need to understand really. I used to go for nikah 99.9%. I asked the Dula Miya, why are you getting married? He said, well, I don't know. Oh, because my dad is forcing me, my mom is wants me to get married. Because everybody gets, this is not the answer. You should be clear in your mind, why are you getting married? If you are not clear in your mind, how can you expect anything? And after 5 years, 6 years, Moulana, she is not going along with me and she is doing this and I don't like this and you don't like, she don't like, you should have judged it before marriage. You need to sit down, see what are her likings, what are your likings, what are your dislikings, what are her dislikings, and which likings and dislikings are rational according to Islam and teachings of Ahlul Bayt. Change yourself a bit, change her a bit, and get along and start working. If there's something serious, you need to know it before marriage, not after marriage. Because after marriage, the children suffer, and they shouldn't suffer. Anyhow, this was just a piece where unity of Allah and submission of Allah works. If you submit to Allah, the husband and wife problems, 80% are solved. If you have submitted to Allah, everything is gone then. In olden times, our families, बुजुर्ग होते थे ना हमारे घरों में, तो जिस घर में बुजुर्ग होते थे, कहते कोई झगड़ा नहीं, बुजुर्ग के पास चले गए, बुजुर्ग ने कहा राजा राम नाम, तुम ही ध्यान रखा कर, everything okay. So if we go to Allah, Allah tells me, oh, put yourself on the right track. You are doing wrong. You shouldn't be angry all the time. Don't take her as a slave. And you don't take extra advantage. You don't demand too many things. So everything can be all right with submission to Allah. Submission to Allah brings unity in ourselves, number one. Bring unity in our families, number two. Bring unity in our communities. If we have got somewhere to compare to, oh, Allah doesn't want it. Imam Zamana doesn't like it. So if we have submitted, if Imam is annoyed with me, I don't want anything. Yesterday, Shadi was telling me a story. A person had a meat shop and he was selling haram meat. For 3 years, about 3 years, he was selling haram meat. And he had put down La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah on it. A guy came to him. He said, brother, is it all halal meat? So you see I've written La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah everywhere. He said, no. I want to hear from your mouth. You say, is it halal meat, yes or no? When you've got piety in yourself, when you're reading dua, when you're reading Ziyarat Ashura, when you're reading Dua Kumail, all these things, they give you strength in your tongue, in your duas, in your prayers. So I can't understand what power that guy had. When you ask, tell me with your mouth, with your tongue, with your words, I want to hear from you. Is it halal, yes or no? He said, no. No, no. Shame be on you. You are Muslim and you are selling haram meat. This is what you are doing. And you know what he did? He got rid of that guy. Afterwards he came, as narrated to me, he paid the people who were working for him, more than 5-6 people, what I understood, were working for him. He paid them, let them off, closed the shop, put a lock on it. See? Words are important. Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahy anil Munkar is important. Linking to Allah is important than the money we make. And what time we understand? Haven't the time come now? Is it not the right time tonight to submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Are we waiting for the angels of death? Are we lazy enough? Are we slowed down enough? Are we becoming a prey to procrastination, to putting off this thing for the next time? Who knows who will be here for tomorrow Majlis and who will not be here? And have we not done enough in our life? Isn't this the right time to say Astaghfirullah Rabbi min kulli zambin wa atubu ilayh? Is it not the right time to join the rank of Hussain and Zahra and Imam Zamana? Is it not the right time? Salawat bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Hussain is waiting for us. 124,000 messengers are waiting for the last Imam to come. All the great personalities of the universe, the angels, they are waiting for the last Imam to come. And the last Imam is waiting for us to wake up. Time has come. If we are lazy, we are exactly doing the same thing what the people of Kufa were doing. We don't need to do lanat on them. I'm sorry. We don't need to do that. If we are lazy, they didn't know about Imam Hussain. We have got the Marifat, we have got internet, we have got the Wi-Fi, we have got all the books. We have gone through all the books of Usul al-Kafi and Tawful al-Ul, and every book we have gone through. We have seen the ahadith. We listen to the lectures of ulama in hundreds. They are available on the net. Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahy anil Munkar had been done. Atmam al-Hujjat had been done. We need to do that. And in the end, I would just like to narrate a small story from Sheikh Rajab Ali Khayyat. Sheikh Rajab Ali Khayyat, a true follower of Ahlul Bayt. And the ulama and maraja of his time used to say, we sell medicine and this is the guy who cures people. He used to see the inner self of everyone. He didn't need to calculate. He didn't need to do hisab. He just used to see and he knew what is wrong in whom and where. He narrates a story that an alim started doing some amal to meet Imam Zaman Ajallallahu Ta'ala Farajah. And Allah blessed him with the knowledge to understand that where Imam is. He came to know that Imam is in such and such bazaar and in such and such shop. He just straight away went there. He went there, he saw it was a shop of an ironmonger or locksmith. At that time they used to be the same. And a beautiful young lad is sitting there. He came to understand this is our Imam because of his enlightened face. He did salam, assalamu alayka ya ibn Rasulullah. He said, wa alaykum assalam, sit down here. He sat down. And the guy was fixing locks. Old time locks, you know, they used to be big round locks and round keys. In the meantime, an old lady comes to that locksmith and says, listen, I want to sell this lock. And for example's sake, I'm saying it for example's sake, the currency, I want to sell it for £2. For example's sake, it was their currency, but I am telling you so that everyone understands, £2. The locksmith, he looked at the lock. He said, listen lady, if you've got a key for it, it is worth £9. He said, I don't have the key. and I don't want to know about it. She was an old lady, she didn't want to calculate. They just give me £2 and I am happy with it. That guy said that, listen, if its key will cost you £1, if you spend £1 on the key, it will be worth £9. He said, I don't care for that. Just give me £2 and take the lock. And then the locksmith said that, okay, these are the £9 that this lock is worth, and £1 I am reducing for the key. I'll make a key for it. What happened? He gave her £9 and took £1 back for her for the price of the key which he haven't made yet. And he paid her £8. You know, everybody wants to grab things for himself, and he wanted to give more benefit to her. Imam said, listen, bring this character into yourself. Then it will not be your duty to come and meet us. It will be my duty to come and see you then. Is it easy or is it easy? No, it's not easy. Because mu'min, if we can't make our irada, intention, then it's very big deal. Yes, if we can do irada, everything. For a moment, the greatest thing in his hand is his irada, intention. You want to stop smoking? Just do an irada tonight. You will be able to do it tomorrow in the name of Hazrat Zahra sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Similarly, we need to bring a change. As I've been saying every day, with gaps, we need to bring a change. Jannah, I don't want. Money for these majalis, I rest assured. Whatever I said, I don't want anything from you. If you bring a change, and all my majalis are able to dry just 2 tears of Hazrat Zahra, everything I've done, I've been paid for, and that's my Jannah. But I don't want to go alone, because I said in one of my lectures that she is not the one who goes to Jannah. She is the one who takes along with him 25, 30 other people. So I am waiting for those 25 and 30. The youngsters were asking me, Moulana, what are you looking for those 25 and 30? Yes, I am looking for 25 and 30 to be by my side. I am not alone when I reach Hazrat Zahra, and I am able to tell her that I told about your son to this community, and Alhamdulillah, I was able to find out 25 plus 25 plus 25 plus 25. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all. Wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. 5 minutes question and answers break, and then we'll start with Urdu lecture, which will end up at 10 o'clock inshallah. Salawat bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. That's what you're taking. Don't you?